IT, let's talk about it, because those are the letters. If we do a second episode, it'll be IT Chapter 2. Welcome to How Do We Human. This is the podcast where we talk about all the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning.
I'm Evan Cox, and we all float down here.
That's so true, bestie. We all float down here, don't we, folks? Anyway, we're going to be talking about IT and
where are you
whatever
from out
it
there?
stands
Down
for.
here?
Evan, I'd like to float a question over to you before we get started, and that is the question, how you doing?
Good. Do you like balloons?
I'm mixed on balloons, Evan.
Okay. Animal?
The Muppet? Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, okay. And if he had a balloon, you would love that.
You caught me. Guilty as charged.
I'm doing okay. It's been a while. I'm swimming in stories.
Oh.
I feel like lately it's been like, I got one thing to talk about, or I got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Actually, this is complete bullshit. The last 3 episodes I've run long telling multiple stories.
Well, look, just because you only have one or nothing to talk about does not mean you're not going to run long.
Damn straight.
With it. Okay.
I'll try to keep this brief. We'll see how that goes. But I'm just here to say I've superseded my original story because something else happened. And it's related to last week's episode.
Great.
We talked about mail last week. And I discussed, this is how we got to IT, my situation. Working with IT, them being amazing, getting me a new laptop. But some mail issues came up. The opposite of what
fellas, has this ever happened to you?
We're here to talk about hymns.
We're here to talk about our mail issues.
So it's the opposite of what happened to me buying the dog food, where at the end of it I was putting down my street address and she got mad at me. It was just like, yeah, that's not where your mail goes. So I must have got scared. Also, I didn't know this is what was going to happen, but my mailing address at work is my mailing address, which is a P.O. box. This was not sent straight to me via USPS. This was sent to their office, the company I work for's office, so the IT could do all the little things, upload the programs I need and their little spy software, etc., and then send it to me. Well, they sent it via FedEx, and normally that's fine. I'm Team FedEx. My dad's a FedEx driver. I said so. I said so, and it's true. I had tracking info. It was supposed to arrive like a week ago, and then didn't. And then it was like, okay, the next Monday. So this past Monday, being 2 days ago, was when it was supposed to arrive. And it wasn't until that day I got a phone call, which I missed, and a harried voicemail from some FedEx person saying that, like, you need to update your address. We can't drop off to a P.O. box. We need to know your street address. Please call back at this number and update your address. And I was like, easy peasy. But then I looked. The number they gave me, not the number of the guy who left the message. This was the number to, like, FedEx corporate. So now I have to talk to robots for a while.
Sure.
Basically, I get through the phone tree and they're just like, you aren't the one that's able to update your address. That has to be from the person who shipped it, which is my company. But they give me the option. You can just have it dropped off at a FedEx site. Great. Let's do that. I picked the one closest to me, and they're like, you can pick it up tomorrow. I'm like, damn it. I want it now. But I waited. Tomorrow came. That was yesterday. And I went down to pick it up. And I'm following the map. And it's not taking me to a FedEx site. It's taking me to Walgreens.
One of your favorite places.
Previously. So apparently Walgreens has a deal with FedEx now. They're one of these places. The stores are called a FedEx on-site, which means they're not a shipping center or anything. They are, the way they explained it, essentially a glorified mailbox for FedEx packages, like an Amazon locker. And so I go there. Meanwhile, we also just happened to recently have a FedEx package shipped here to someone who no longer lives here. And I'm like, well, I don't know where they live. I got no idea what to do with this, and I can't just give it back to USPS. It's not theirs. It's FedEx's. I'll bring it with me and see if I can send it back. So I'm coming in with this package, and the woman at the front counter was very not busy, so she had a lot of time to focus in on me and go like, are you dropping a package off? I'm like, I'm picking something up. But I've got this. Is there someone working over there? Oh, but are you picking something up or are you dropping something off? I'm like, okay, I'm picking something up. I just need to talk to someone about this. But are you dropping it off? Maybe. It fucking depends. Does someone work there or not? The manager comes around the corner. I start walking to the FedEx thing because she's like, yeah, I'll have to call someone over there. Like, yeah, I guess you will.
Yeah, I guess so.
Manager comes around here. I assume this employee is a constant headache. It's like, hey, what's going on? To the woman at the front counter. And she's just like, he needs the FedEx. I don't know if he's picking up or dropping off. Like, she's mad about it. And so he walks up to me and goes, hi, sir. Are you picking up or dropping off? I have to go, okay, I'm picking something up. This is something that was said to us that I need to forward. And at this point, I realize, like, they're not going to be able to do anything about this. This is a fucking Walgreens. But I'm already in here carrying this package and they won't fucking leave me alone about it. So I have to explain it to him. And then he's going like, yeah, we can't do anything about that. We're, like I said, we're a glorified FedEx mailbox. You're going to have to call FedEx corporate or something. Yeah, I understand why you would have brought that here, but yeah, you can't just like drop it here. There's nothing we're going to be able to do. But like, he won't fucking stop. I'm like, bro, I get it. I didn't want to have this conversation at all. The second I walked in here, I regretted that I was holding this package. Please, I'm picking something up. That's the answer to everyone's question, and we'll leave it at that. I'm picking something up. And I did, and it was fine. But Jesus fucking Christ, these people would not. I don't like. Is it going to be? Are you calling a different person if I'm picking up versus if I'm dropping off? You're gonna call someone to that counter anyways. Then can I just talk to them?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I was being troublesome. I felt like it was a simple process.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just. It seems simple that it would be like we can have you pick something up, but we can't have you drop something off. The end.
The end of the conversation. I was there for way too long.
It is interesting though that you really went the extra mile to try and get that one package back to whoever it belonged to, because I think I would have just put it in the trash or something, or
I'm Tom
opened
Hanks
it to
in
see
Castaway.
what it was.
It was my life's purpose. I needed to get that package to its rightful owner. It was from Lululemon. They're expensive.
They are expensive.
And I
That's
would have
why
been
you
real
gotta
bummed if I
check
bought some
your
tights.
address.
Yeah, it sent it to the wrong address. But it happens. I've sent stuff to the wrong address before. It sucks.
Sure. Yeah.
I will wrap this up, but just as I then put in because I was already down the mountain. I'm like, let's find an actual FedEx store so I can just drop this off with someone. And it's like FedEx shipping center, shipping drop-off center, whatever. I'm like, great, let's go. I go there. It takes me straight to a Walmart. Like, where have all the FedEx stores gone? What the
Yeah.
fuck? But I went in and she was super helpful. And I did ask her, like, is this the right thing to do? Like, or should I have taken this to the post office? And she was like, oh no, yeah, it's this. Or you could have just like opened it, kept it. I'm like, yeah,
That's
it's
what
from
I probably would
Lululemon.
have
If
done,
you need
yeah.
something, you can have it. Anyways, that's my continuing to combine mail and IT. They're hand in hand as a
Yeah,
remote
they really
worker.
are.
But Chris,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hand in hand with you to hand off this baton in the relay called podcasting and ask you, how you doing?
Good. I also have a story that pertains to the last episode.
Ooh.
In the middle of the last episode, I had been complaining that a package had not arrived, and then mid-episode it did arrive.
Yes.
Um,
And I left in
I,
more of that footage than you probably realize.
yeah, I didn't watch it, but you probably saw me haul that big heavy box into the kitchen back there. I've
Yes.
assembled it. It's a storage bench. It's sitting right next to me.
Love that.
In the instructions, it's like there are all the disclaimers on the front, and then all lists all the parts, and then step-by-step instructions. And so I'm building this thing. It's got a compartment that you like lift up the top of the bench. You can put some stuff in there, and then there are also doors on the front, and you can open the doors. There's one side has like two shelves, and then the other side is a big open compartment. And so I assemble this whole thing, and the last step is to put it on the doors.
Okay.
And the doors have four, or there are four pieces, two for each door, that you use to put onto. They're like compression stopper rods, basically. So you put two on one side of uh the door as sort of like the hinges, basically, and then you set that into the hole on the bottom, and then you push down the compression to get it into the top spot,
Okay.
and then it opens and closes. I hope that made any sense at
I
all.
think I get it. I'm not
And
going
so
to explain it, but
I
I think
do
I
that.
understand.
I put the one door on, and then I grab the last two pieces to do it to the other door, and I realized that one of these pieces is missing the little like compression thing that like sets
That'll make it
into the.
work.
Yeah. um and I flip through to make sure that it's not supposed to be like that, where three of them are one way and one is like halfway there.
Yeah.
um and it's not, but on those little disclaimers, it's like, before you assemble, make sure that all the pieces are there and that they all like function correctly or whatever. And it's like, well, I saw that they were all there.
Yeah.
Like, um I contact the company, and they're basically like, yeah, you'd have to return the whole thing for us to send
No.
you. Like, we're not going to send you a single tiny little piece of hardware.
Ugh. That's
um
brutal. Especially when it's such a specific piece. You can't just like go to Home Depot or something.
exactly. I tried to look it up and see, like, is there a way I can just get a piece from Home Depot or something, and it does not appear that there is.
That sucks.
But I also didn't want to disassemble it and then like ship it off and then wait for another one to arrive, especially with how long it took for it to actually arrive. So
Yeah.
I put both of the pieces in, and now it's just like it still opens and closes,
Yeah.
but it's a little loose. So that's unfortunately where we are with this storage bench here.
That sucks.
I know.
I hate that. I hate a loose latch.
Yeah.
But that sucks. I told the story before where I pulled in a computer chair off the side of the road from Staples, and it didn't have any arms on it. And I just called Staples, and they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, we'll send you some arms," and they did for free.
Oh, nice.
Get on it, whatever company this is he's buying from.
Yeah. This is the, because we had a storage bench here before that we had to throw out due to smoke damage. But when I had ordered that one and they sent it over, it was supposed to be a storage bench with like little legs. And the legs just like they didn't ship them.
Awesome.
And so I was like, "Hey, can I get those legs?" And they were like, "No. You'd have to send the whole thing back and then we'll send you an entire new thing." Why?
Bad business model. But the important
Yeah.
question, is this the same company?
No.
Okay. At least you're diversifying.
Yeah. For that other one, I was able to just buy some other like furniture legs and attach them to that storage bench, but there doesn't seem to be a piece that I can use to replace this bit of hardware. So I'll have to keep a lookout, maybe roam some hardware stores. But it's also like, because I put the piece in there and I was like, if I find something, I'll just take it out and then put the new thing in. This piece is really hard to get back out of there. So even if I find something, I don't know if it'll actually be feasible to replace.
I've always meant to get one of these, and we will talk IT. But those screwdrivers that are like a magnet on the end.
Yeah.
Many times in my life, I'm like, that would have been so fucking handy, but I never think to actually get one. But a magnetized screwdriver, that'd be nice. I drop a lot of screws.
Yeah, I don't have a magnetized screwdriver where the tip is magnetized, but I do have a screwdriver where you just replace the head of the screwdriver, like it's magnetized inside, and you put the little drill bits in there or whatever.
Guess I've got one of those. Yeah, I wonder.
It's handy.
It is handy.
All my drill bits are sort of worn to shit, so I'm gonna need to buy a bunch of new ones anyway.
Okay, Drill Bit Taylor.
Yeah, that's me. Wow, I'm Drill Bit Taylor. Pretty good. I haven't done one of those impressions in a while.
Do you know?
Still got it, baby.
What is directly in the middle of Drill Bit Taylor?
Is it directly in the middle?
It seems like it'd be close.
It's
I don't
close.
think it is. Let's count.
You're talking about
TTILLB. That's 6 letters.
6.
ITTAYLOR.
Oh my god!
Fuck you!
I feel like we just solved the Da Vinci Code or something.
Yeah, if we were smart enough to solve the Da Vinci Code, it would have felt the same way. But this is the Da Vinci Code for us.
Yeah.
Welcome
Da Vinci Code for dummies.
Like dumb Vinci Code.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got a lot of experience with the IT companies of the world, or the IT guys out there, or women.
A little bit. I mean, we talked in the last episode that like different the IT guy that works with my current company does seem to do a lot of like, so what do you want me to do about it? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Thing.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm just telling you what the problem is.
And I don't want to, I don't know, stereotype here. But I am going to. Are all IT guys the same guy? So I feel like at every job I've ever worked, I'm running into the same guy over and over again.
Someone who doesn't
give a
do
shit
well with people. Yeah.
Someone who doesn't work well with people is definitely a prereq.
Definitely a prominent stereotype.
It's weird. I guess I get like if you devote your life to But I'm just like,
I guess stereotypes are good.
I guess stereotypes work sometimes. If they're accurate, it's not bad. But now I'm like, I'm very, I built my computer. Like, I feel, and we'll talk about that later. I feel like I could be an IT guy if I don't know, if I need to get some extra certification or something. I feel like I'm relatively on that path. I know computers fairly well, and other technologies, but I can talk to people. I'm an awkward guy, but I'm not rude as hell. Rude and dismissive.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all. I back off now. Back to you.
Well, so the guy that is typically like, so what am I supposed to do? Is the IT guy that works with with my company, but there's a separate IT group for the building. So there's two different IT groups, and it's usually, to be fair, the one that I have to deal with more often is the one for the building.
Yes. And that building is Wayne Manor.
That's right. And it's weird because like I'm not allowed to go down in the basement, but that's where they where a lot of the equipment is. Yeah, so like I don't know. Anyway, the people that work in the building are always so irritated that they have to fix anything. And it's like, yeah, because all of this equipment is garbage. That's why you have to keep fixing stuff. And whenever, like, you're doing a lot of band-aid fixes also for systemic problems. But every now and then we get to a problem where, like, the PA system, for example, every summer the PA system will go out in one specific area of the building.
Master Wayne.
What I've been told is that the intense Southern California summer heat fries the wires at a certain time of year. And if the temperature is low enough, then it'll work again. But sometimes the temperature just gets too high, it doesn't work. And you call the IT people and they're like, that's not our problem. That's the building manager's problem. So you call the building manager and he's like, that's not my problem. That's an IT problem. And so nothing's been done about it in the 7 years I've worked there. You just have to accept that every July and August, there's going to be a PA system outage in one area.
Absolutely insane to accept. It's just like, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm the IT guy side of me. Maybe I would be a great IT guy. What do I know? Maybe it would drive me to be irritable and dismissive. But I'm like, if I worked there, I'd be like, can I just take care of it? Like, I'll get some like insulation or something. Like, I know we can figure this out.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to be an issue.
Yeah. It's that, there's that expression that's like, you can do this. You got to pick two out of these three things. And it's like, you can do this cheap, you can do this fast, or you can do this
out of control,
safe, or whatever, like whatever the third thing is. But the unspoken rule is that you always have to pick cheap, and then you can pick one of the other ones. So the insulation part, that would be a permanent solution that would probably cost some money, so we can't do it.
No can do.
Out of the realm of possibility. There have been times where I'll have like an issue with the printer or something, and I'll be like, I think I know how to fix this, and I'll get like most of the way there, and then there's like a piece that like I know is supposed to be removed, but I can't figure out where the little like safety lever is or whatever to release it.
Yeah.
And so then I'll call IT, and they always seem so mad at me that I've like tried to do most of their job for them. Um, so like, "Oh, just don't even touch it. Just stop." Like, okay.
Okay.
And they come over there and they, find the little lever or whatever, and then they fix it. Like, I did a bunch of it for you. Like, I found the problem. Some people are just, I've I've heard people call IT and just be like, printer doesn't work. I
Yeah.
don't know. Printer doesn't work. And it's like, no, the printer doesn't work because this piece is jammed right here, and there's this little thing that I can't get to. But I've unplugged this, I've opened all the different things, and like I've tried to diagnose it for you instead of just being like, I don't know, it doesn't work.
I've gotten this at a previous job. Believe it or not, when I was younger. How a lot of previous jobs have worked out for me over the years. Yeah, it feels bad, and I feel knowledgeable enough that I'm not gonna fuck something up, and I'm like wary enough that I'm just like, I'm not gonna totally overstep. But if it's something really simple, I'll probably do it. And I got caught fixing something once by an IT guy, and he was none too pleased about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it, but can't we
acknowledge I still was doing it right? Like,
exactly.
I get why you're upset, because people probably make your job harder when they try and fix it.
There are a lot of older, not tech savvy people that if any one of them was trying to fix, I don't know, an iPad or whatever, is the screen's going off, that would be bad.
Yeah.
I get that. But I don't know.
But can't we acknowledge that, like, I've done all the steps that you would have done up to this point?
Can
Like,
we acknowledge that, and that if I had just come to you, you would have been shitty and dismissive about it and been like, I'll get to it in like 3 days or whatever. And I don't know. I'm a bad boy. I like to fix stuff. Sorry.
I'm a bad boy. I like to fix stuff. Sorry is an
get
incredible...
on my motorcycle, ride off.
I think add that to our list of t-shirts.
I like to fix things. Quality.
This is maybe too late into the episode to ask you this question.
Oh dear God.
Do you know what IT stands for?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you know what IT stands for?
I believe. I will say I'm 85% sure.
Great.
I will say information technology.
That sounds right, but I don't know.
It doesn't fully make sense, but exactly. I believe that's what it is. Or informational technology.
Information technology is correct.
Beautiful.
Good thing that wasn't on the Quizzle.
Hey, we don't know. Might be.
I mentioned that I had a story.
That's true.
And that's how we got to this episode. And that is, I had to deal with maybe this company or this podcast's least favorite company. I mean, that's generous. We can name some more that are above this, but I'm talking about Spectrum.
I feel Spectrum coming on.
If you don't know Spectrum, lucky you.
Lucky you.
They are an internet provider that knows they can be shitty because they have a monopoly on providing you internet, which you rely on in your modern day life.
If you don't have Spectrum around you, it's probably Comcast, Xfinity. There's always one company that's just like, we own this block. And well, fuck you.
Yeah, basically. Our internet went out. And this is not the first time it's happened, but the My Spectrum app has like a little troubleshooting thing.
Spend a lot of time on that app.
Yes. And for the most part, the troubleshooting little like chatbot AI tree has been fine. I've had like most of the time that fixes the issue.
It can get you through some things. I've had it work and I've been brick walled by it. So
I was, I go through the routine of getting into that that little robot tree, and it's like, okay, what's going on? Are you having issues with what service? Internet. Are any of your other services impacted?
Are you
No.
trying to add
Do you
many
want a
other
phone?
services?
Yeah. It's like, no. And we go through this whole thing, and I am pretty sure that the issue, because you have the modem and then you have the Wi-Fi router,
Correct.
and I'm pretty sure the issue is with the router. Normally when everything's working, these have blue lights on them.
Hmm.
The router currently has a red light. That's
Not a good
different
sign.
and therefore is bad.
We've gone from Luke's lightsaber to Darth Vader's.
Exactly. And so the little robot thing is like, we're gonna reset the modem, and I was like, okay, great. Maybe there's some issue with the connection from the modem to the router. Let's do it. It has me reset it, and then it comes back on, and it's the same issue. And they're like, on our end, it looks like it's all good. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm looking at it. It's bad. It's still, I can't connect.
Good for your end.
Yeah. And so normally when I've worked with this like AI chatbot thing, it's like, okay, the next thing we're going to do is reset the router.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't do that this time. It sends me straight to a representative.
Oh.
And so the representative, messages me and is like, okay, I'm taking over the case. What's going on? And so I have to
You've
type
gone
out
from
the entire
AI
thing.
to me.
Yeah, that's right. And so I type out the whole issue because apparently, like, they can't look at
I hate that.
the
It drives
thing
me
that has
fucking
just
crazy.
happened this whole time.
There's a text log.
Yeah.
I could see it.
And they're like, okay, we're going to I guess have to send you all new equipment that should arrive in a few days. And I was like, hey, hang on a second. And so
I needed the extra help, but we've just taken a wild leap.
Yeah. So I messaged back and I was like, is there no way to just remotely reset the router on your end? And they're like, oh yeah, we can try that. We try that and it works and everything's fine. I'm like, thank you. Like,
holy shit.
I just, like, I shouldn't be telling you how to fix my internet. You're the internet.
You are the internet. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
It's you. Brutal.
Yeah.
I've had 100 conversations with Spectrum people and one very positive one.
Yeah.
I
That's
have
not
problems.
great odds.
Yeah. More on these people. Which
Yeah.
a friend of mine is an IT worker.
A cousin of mine is an IT worker.
We should get them together. They'd be friends.
They could be friends.
They could be real good friends. And like I said, yeah, it has made me go like, should I just... There's a big part of me that feels like I would enjoy it, but you see all the evidence that like nobody enjoys it.
Yeah.
Everyone is mad all the fucking time when they work in IT. I'm like, I almost feel like a purpose. Like, I could be the jolly, friendly IT guy that everybody loves. But something's going to happen. I need to talk to my friend and just be like, how are you doing? Would that job kill me?
I mean, I understand, I think, why some of them can be so rude and dismissive. I mean, like I was saying earlier, like some people just call and they're like, thing doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you go, and I presume that they then go to fix it and the person's mad because they want to use their computer or their phone or whatever and it's not working. And so they're mad. and then that whole like negative
Escalation.
energy just passes through you. So I can understand why so many of them are so jaded and upset, especially when I have heard on many occasions from IT workers and from my cousin that like the person will swear up and down that the thing is plugged in and turned on, and then the IT person shows up and one or both of those things are not true. So
Yeah. It's the old IT crowd joke, which is
yeah.
a wonderful show. Very funny, but also accurate. And I
Yeah.
feel like some people watched that show in our IT guys and went like, yeah, I can act like this more.
I there's something, I don't know if you've come across this in your life, but there's another type of IT, I guess, that I want to discuss, which is people our age have just been deemed de facto IT people
Mm-hmm.
for older generations. It's like, you grew up
Yes.
with a cell phone, so you must know how to fix every type of phone from every provider, um, no matter what the issue is,
And
because
do it
you're
remotely.
young.
You can do it over text. Just tell me what to
Yeah,
do.
exactly. You don't need to be looking at the problem.
Yeah.
You know what the issue is, right?
I I think it was 2 years ago. I was at my parents' place and trying to work. I might have told some of this story. Like I was trying to work similarly on my old computer, which IT did just replace. Finally, thankful for that. But their internet was just so slow. It's like perfectly fast for living in a small town and sending emails. But the
Yeah,
second you're me and you have to download video files that are like 5 gigs, it's like that's going to take 1 year.
you're
So,
right.
I'm doing speed tests and stuff and going like, yeah, no, it is just really slow. And I think they would see a difference if we upgraded their shit. And I was asking them about their router, and they're like, "Yeah, it's the one they gave us when we signed up for internet." And I'm like, "You guys signed up for internet, like, or not signed up for internet, but with this company?" I'm like, "That was like 15 to 20 years ago. Like, this modem router combo is fucking ancient. We can get you something new." And they were like, hell yeah, let's go. We looked it up. We found a combo modem router from the company and had it shipped there. They overnighted it, and I was there to set it up. And I dropped it and broke it. I was setting it up. Everything goes on top of a big shelf and just crashed to the ground. Something was rattling inside it, and it wasn't working anymore. Maybe I shouldn't be an IT guy. I drop a lot of things.
Yeah, that is a big detriment to that job.
I'm
I
good
do
with technology,
remember
though.
being asked to fix my grandparents' printer.
Oh,
Um and they did not have the manual for the printer. This is not a printer that like I also own, so I know how to
yeah,
use
yeah.
it. Like no idea. So
Got
I
nothing.
remember because I was the youngest person there, it was just my job, and so I just had to Google all the troubleshooting things and try and figure it out. And then of course, because I had got it done, they're like, oh, so you must be a technical genius. It's
Could
like, no,
you?
I looked up the answer.
This is something anyone can do.
Yeah, it's and it I just it's like if you say no, I don't know how to do that, they get upset.
Yes.
So it's like, hey, I'm not an expert on this. And then if you do fix it, it's like you're gonna have to uh like fix everything we are ever gonna have an issue with.
You're the one. I think I'm. And it's not a constant stream of stuff, and my parents are listeners. I'm not poking fun at y'all. But because my younger sister lives much, much closer to them. She is generally, and she's the youngest, she is generally their tech support, which is great for
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
I want to talk about a particular IT guy I used to work with, and I want to preempt this by saying, overall, nice guy, and we'll get into why I ended up knowing him as well as I did. But the first thing I want to talk about is IT. We threw around the word monopoly earlier. It's kind of the
Right.
same thing, and that is IT's job. Is like I need to know all the computers in here. I need them all to be on the same network. I need them all to be running the same security software, etc., etc., etc. And I get that. When I worked at this radio group, all like 90% of the computers in there, 10% of the computers in there, they're running the music on the radio. The rest of them, sales computers, people writing emails, period. Filling out forms, sending them off. Me and my team, they were wanting to add video stuff. Now, I am overall a big proponent, as again, a person with a PC here. I do my own personal creative work on a PC. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of misinformation that a Mac is like an absolute must. If you're doing video editing or anything, it has to be a Mac. It's really not true, but they're good. Macs are good at that.
Yeah.
They both work fine. Pick one, whatever you like more. And so my boss wanted us all to have Macs so that we could pass files back and forth. Everything's the same. And we found out after we got them, our IT guy's just like, it didn't come up until an issue arrived. We asked the IT guy, and he's like, "Yeah, sorry." Like, come again? Like, yeah, I don't work on Macs.
Nice.
Why? It's just like, it's PC only. And if you can get a Mac if you want. Clearly you did. But anyone that gets a Mac, they're on their own. How are you able to keep a job? Like,
yeah, that is interesting.
I get going I get intentionally just making sure as many people are on the same type of computer as possible, and PC makes the most sense in most businesses. But it's going to come up. It's one thing if you're just saying, I just try to keep it all to PC. It's another thing if you're like, I'm an IT guy and I don't know how to do anything on a Mac.
I'm going to try that at my
insane.
job and be like,
yes.
Talking to customers, I don't do that.
Yeah, no.
You're on your own for customer interactions. All the other stuff, no problem.
It's fucking wild to me. And this is the same guy that like got on my ass about trying to fix something and was kind of a dick about it. And these people are always very like surprised when like, I wonder why I wouldn't have wanted to come to you. Maybe it's because you're mean as hell.
Yeah.
But then it came out as I was walking my dog and I saw that guy. He lived a block away from me. So now there's something different. There's something different when it's like, oh, you're my like immediate neighbor and I'm seeing you all the time. Then he warmed up to me. We became very friendly. He's a very nice guy. But it is a weird feeling to live next to your IT guy. I don't really know how to explain why it would be. But it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. This isn't really like I don't even know that I have anything to say necessarily about this, but I remember at my wedding, there was a projector that the maid of honor wanted to use as a slideshow for her speech. And then I think also there was going to be a like video or slideshow during the father-daughter dance. But
I didn't think to go multimedia with my speech. I really should have. Obviously, hiccups happened, but I could have gone big.
Just done a full video, just sat down in your seat and just pressed play. Here I am doing my speech. But anyway, the projector wasn't working. And it's something about a piece of machinery not working and
it's a stuck pickle jar.
The inherent masculine need that several people feel to be like, let me take a look at it and I bet I can fix it is very funny. There is a photo amazing. That one of my cousins took of like 4 or 5 dudes just gathered around the projector trying to figure it out.
That's so funny, particularly because it never did get figured out.
It never got fixed.
If I remember correctly.
No, it never got fixed, and we just went without it.
I would love to say that I don't have that instinct, but 100% I do. In a situation like that, no.
Yeah.
When there's already 4 guys fighting over it, and it's like a bunch of people watching, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just sit back and someone will figure it out. I'm not an expert on projectors.
I do have that instinct also. I didn't have it that in that moment, but going back to like printers, there's a big printer in the office that sometimes people will all try and figure out. And then I kind of wait for them all to. It's like it's a Goodwill Hunting situation where I wait for the room to clear out, and then I tinker and solve it by myself.
Grab a mop.
Yeah. How do you like them apples?
Hey, I love them apples. Talking Gallows, Granny Smith, all of them.
All of them. I love all of them apples.
All them apples. How do you like all of them apples? Brayburn, Jazz.
Yeah. Anything else you want to discuss, Evan?
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. I
even if it's not related to the episode, you're swimming in stories. You say, do you need to offload anything?
I could. To wrap up IT, I'll just say, and I'm back like good on my job at the moment. I'm feeling okay with it, so it's not like I'm desperately looking for work or anything, but I don't know. I feel like I need to do a long, hard sit and think of what Evan the IT guy would look like, and if I would feel, because I feel like I would feel fulfilled by that, because that, as opposed to my current job, has a lot of projects.
Downtime? Oh.
I had a lot of downtime, but a lot of projects that it was just constant, like things I can fix,
Yeah.
I love that feeling. And I think I would enjoy it. I don't know. Vote.
Did you say vote?
Yeah, just getting out the vote.
Yeah.
Unrelated. You said this was my platform to talk about anything.
Yeah,
it didn't have to be IT related.
Go ahead and rock the vote, everybody.
Rock the vote.
You never know when your right to vote's gonna go away.
Hey, that's
so
true.
Get it while you can, baby. Vote in anything and everything. Local polls, online surveys.
Hot or not.
Hot or not.
No, I don't know. I think that's it. That's IT. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To talk to the IT person, usually, and it is. I mentioned it up top. Like there are IT women also. I've never experienced it. It's a wildly male-dominated field, and I think it's for the projector reason and this instinct within me.
There is at least one IT person in the building who is a woman.
We love to see it.
And is just as irritable and dismissive and rude as the men are, baby. We did it.
It gets to everybody. I don't know. I need to not think that I'm the special one that can
right
be IT guy of the year at the annual camp out. Get the trophy.
This is going to be a hard segue, but do you think that, because I've been thinking about this a lot, so I'm going to lay all the thoughts out here
Wow.
and see if I can tie it all back to IT. And it's going to be a shaky landing. But I have been thinking a lot, as people like us do with our creative pursuits. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you start to wonder, like, oh, um could I be famous enough to go to some award show or be on a talk show, or
Yeah.
what would my acceptance speech be like if I were in this scenario? And I'm starting to have a growing fear of becoming famous, not because your every move and word is scrutinized by the general public, but because I am terrified to go through the spirit tunnel at the Jennifer Hudson talk show. You familiar with the spirit tunnel, Evan?
I've seen it once. I'm pretty sure I got the idea.
Yeah, apparently they do it every episode or every guest, and all the staff comes out and they sing some song that's relevant to you or your career, and then
Happy
everybody
birthday.
everybody comes forward and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that you were gonna do this thing that you've done for every single other episode. This is crazy." And then they dance down the little spirit tunnel, and then all the comments on Instagram are like, nah, didn't quite get it. Oh, this isn't good. This is cringy. Oh, why would it hurt you to smile, sweetheart? Like, all this shit. But the position of the Jennifer Hudson show is that this is a happy place.
Yeah.
Look how much fun we're all having.
Yeah.
So to tie it all back to IT, Evan, ready? Here it comes.
Here it goes.
Do you think that if every time as an IT person you received a call, you had to come out of your little office and then everybody's doing their little song, pumping you up, and you got to go through and you got to dance up and down the spirit tunnel to go fix the printer or the PA system or the computers or whatever?
Yes.
Do you think that would get people happy?
Yeah. 100%. It's all about how you frame your job. I would set up my own spirit tunnel. And people would be upset about it, but I'd be like, I'm IT and I own everything. You can't stop me. You legally can't stop me from having my own spirit tunnel.
Can't. That's true. I wonder, what if we just show up to our jobs? I know you work remotely, but let's pretend you were still going into the office.
Yeah.
Although I guess you've been traveling.
It's been happening
to
more
different,
lately.
If you just show up with like a group of 20 people to just be your own spirit tunnel in like the hallway as you enter. Legally, they can't do anything about that, can they?
No, legal loophole. You
All
can't
right.
stop an IT guy from having joy.
So everybody, get out the vote
Mm-hmm.
and get those spirit tunnels in your businesses.
Yeah, I'd like that. What if it was a spirit tunnel into like the front door of the building? So just like entering the building. Maybe I would do that. I'd be the IT guy. I'd set this up. I'd be watching on the security cameras to see everyone that comes in. Quickly look up a song relevant to that person and start playing something. What would your relevant to you song be?
Oh, that's a great question.
Thanks.
I
think I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb.
Yeah. Probably Rasputin.
I knew you were going to say Rasputin. It's a good one. I mean, I'd feel
Russia's greatest love
jazzed.
machine. That's me.
Yeah, here he comes.
Here he comes.
Here he comes. Everybody look. Yeah, you could do a Rock Me Amadeus kind of same genre.
I had to do the Simpsons Dr. Zaius version instead.
Dr. Zaius. Oh.
Yeah, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee.
Uh, and that wide spectrum is also the varying topics that we've covered on this podcast. You can find all those episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pocket Casts, HowDoWeHuman.com, anywhere that you get your podcasts. Rate, review, comment, subscribe, or check us out on our social media and interact with us that way. We are on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at HowDoWeHuman, or you can send us an email to howdowehumanpod@gmail.com.
Hell yeah, you can.
Shimmy.
Shimmy.
Anyway, it's time for a little quiz. We take 5 questions as we race to 100 points.
We take every day.
And the current score is Evan with 54 points and myself with 52 points.
That's the good stuff.
And we shall see how this shakes out today. Evan, question number 1. In which city is Frederick Chopin Airport? Warsaw, Prague, Vienna, or Budapest?
Fuck.
I know. I feel like, I mean, this is probably true for both of us, but I feel like if this was a domestic airport, maybe I'd have a good shot. International, good luck. I have my answer, but I don't think it's right.
First instinct was Warsaw because it was the first word I heard.
All right, my first instinct was Vienna, so we shall see.
Prague, meaning it's Budapest.
Yep, my second is Budapest. So
we
covered the spectrum.
We're safe.
Warsaw was correct, Evan. Good job.
Whoop whoop. In Greek mythology, which god wore winged sandals called Talaria? Ares, Hermes, Apollo, or Mars? I feel fairly certain I know this, but now I'm second guessing myself.
I am in the same position. I know this. I got it. I'm going to say I'm 95% there.
I'm going to say 96 because I'm better.
Well, as the person less confident, I'll say Hermes.
I will also say Hermes.
Great. We are both correct. It is a great name.
Should name more things Hermes.
I agree. Question number 3. Which war is the setting for Ernest Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls? The Boer War or the Bear War? I don't know how you pronounce. I've never seen that before, so I don't know how it's pronounced. World War I, World War II, or the Spanish Civil War?
Chris, I have read this book.
Incredible. Did you retain the information inside it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You're in trouble here.
I am in trouble here. There's no doubt about it.
No, you're not. You're just going to guess correctly anyway.
I don't think I am. I'm between 2 of them.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Boer War.
Unless I'm about to look like the world's biggest fool, it is the Spanish Civil War.
You are not the world's biggest fool, Evan. In fact, you are on a hot streak, having gotten
That's if I was wrong about that, I'd second guess everything about life. Why do I read books? I read that within the last couple of years. The ancient religious sanctuary of Delphi was located near which mountain? I think it's Delphi. Olympus, Fuji, Parnassus, or Kilimanjaro? I have a guess.
I have truly no idea. I have a guess that I'm not confident in.
Same. My guess is Kilimanjaro.
My guess is Parnassus.
Let's roll. Let's roar.
Parnassus is correct. Evan's streak is broken. He can't go 5 for 5.
Fine.
Here's, you mentioned balloons at the beginning of this episode. This question is, in which country do the Walloons live? Belgium, Poland, Ireland, or France?
These are, of course, the evil,
Yeah.
mustachioed versions of balloons.
That's correct.
Walloons.
Walloons.
I have no idea.
Me neither.
And I know, like, giggling at this so much, I'm going to look it up, and it's going to be something, like, horrible.
It's going to be some horrifying thing. I think you're right. I do have... Okay, I have my answer, but I was briefly swayed one way for a second and then went back to my original choice.
Yeah. Just going with the original. I have no idea, but I'm saying Poland.
Okay, I'm going Belgium, and Poland is where I was briefly swayed for a moment. Belgium was correct.
Wow.
Incredible stuff.
Eventful.
That does not change the point differential.
Damn.
Because we both got 3 correct.
It seemed like I was on a path to certain victory.
You were. And then you friggin' choked.
I fucked it up.
Much like the relay that you were mentioning earlier when you handed me the baton for how you doing.
Mm-hmm.
You treated that like the men's Olympic relay team who blows it every single year or every single competition. That means the score is 57 points for Evan and 55 for myself. Still a 2-point game as we race to 100 points.
Still in the 50s.
Still there.
You'll have to see it.
Yeah.
As we open this episode talking about IT with what I would call a high T. That's also how I feel about the podcast in general. Very high.
This is a high T podcast, no doubt about it.
Ooh, that's another.
But the T, of course, is gossip.
That's pretty
not
good.
Testosterone.
High T. But we start with a high T, and it's time to end with a
bye T.
Bite department. Bite. Bitey.